Hello guys, welcome to the Bridge Arena. Yes, this is Mark, and thanks very much for your support, your viewership, and everything you've been doing for this channel. Yes, you know the Premier League is coming up. The Premier League is starting today, the 13th of August, and Arsenal is kicking off with Brentford United. So we're going to see how it's going to they are going to fare. Yes, you know, we have a couple of games coming off on Saturday as well. Chelsea is playing on Saturday, but hey, today we're here to talk about one of the big name signings of the Premier League. Just because of Lionel Messi, that's why you don't hear about Raphael Varan, who has just completed his move to Manchester United. We're going to make some analysis about the player. You know, Raphael Varan is a great player. He has seen it all, and he has really made it big. He's won the World Cup. He's won about 4 European UEFA Champions League trophies and about 3 UEFA Super Cup World Club Championship. He's won. He has seen it all in terms of football. He's won the La Liga and everything that matters in football. So he's such a great player. In this video, we are just trying to make some analysis on Raphael Varan. Such a great talent. He's a French international, and he came to Madrid on the recognition of Zinedine Zidane and Jose Mourinho felt, yes, this guy is a good player. Yes, when he came, you know, he was actually, when he came in, Madrid had Pepe, Sergio Ramos, so he had to come in from the bench sometimes, or sometimes when Pepe is played in the middle, then Raphael Varan will be there. Yeah, so these are analysis of Raphael Varan. I think Raphael Varan is a very good player, but he can't match up with the pace of the Premier League. His transfer is going to be like the Angel Di Maria transfer, that just after a season the player himself was just putting in the transfer request. He was just running away from the Premier League just because he couldn't match up with it. Yes, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Raphael Varan can't survive in the Premier League. Yes, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. My first reason is that Raphael Varan, as good as he is, he lacks pace. He doesn't have pace to match up with the speed or the running game that is played in England or the Premier League. I think Raphael Varan is a very good player. He tackles well, he does everything decently, but he doesn't have the pace. When he meets talents like Heung-min Son of Tottenham Hotspur alongside the Dele Allis, he can't match up with the pace. And I think that is one of his deficiencies. He lacks pace. So, yes, that is number 1. And number 2, the team that Raphael Varan is coming to play for, Manchester United, is not a complete team. It's a team that lacks spirit. This current Manchester United team lacks spirit. One, because of their manager, he's not that confident, he's not that bold, he doesn't have the charisma of certain managers like the Peps, the Joses when they are on the bench. Yeah, so the team that he's coming to play for lacks the charisma. They don't have a complete team, especially they are holding roles. Sometimes it's Matic, Scott McTominay, or Fred, who do not give a better shot to the defense. Yes, so that is one thing that I think is not going to help him to be successful in England. Yes, the team is not complete. So when pressure starts coming on the team, when you start conceding goals, they are going to point at you that, hey, you came in for over £50 million and we are still conceding. But that will not be his fault alone. It's going to be the fault of the whole team. But since he is the new or the latest arrival, and people think he's going to solve Manchester United's defensive problems, that is what they are going to, or he's the one they are going to pinpoint at. And you know, in England, they assess you every bit, your touches and everything. And I think that is going to affect him a lot. So I think he's not going to be successful again because of the team he's going to play in. My third point is shield. The word shield. You know, Raphael Varan was successful in Spain or at Madrid because he had a shield. If if he was playing again with Pepe will shield him. He's a radical type. If he's playing against Sergio Ramos is ready for any kind of red card. So Raphael Varan as a whole had the shield of Sergio Ramos for months, for years. Even Nacho Fernandez came in to shield him when Ramos was injured. So clearly, when Real Madrid start losing points, that is when you see that Sergio Ramos is not in the picture. And Raphael Varan is there. So what did he do? Clearly, Harry Maguire is a good player. He's an intelligent player. He's a strong player. But he doesn't have that shielding intelligence that, hey, I'm playing with this player. He has his weakness. So maybe if he loses the ball or if they dribble past him this way, this is what I have to do. Harry Maguire as an English player, and I mean, who is the campaign of the English or the England back line, always want to play for himself. Always want the media to praise him. Yes, he did this block, he got this match. He doesn't play for anyone. Just like Sergio Ramos played for Raphael Varan or Pepe played for him. So now at Manchester United, he doesn't have a shield. He has to play his own game. He has to make his own name. He has to make his own decisions, tackles, blocks, make sure he saves Manchester United on his own without anyone's support. Yeah, so still on my third point, I think he doesn't have the shield at Manchester United, because definitely if he's playing against with Victor Lindelof or even Eric Bailly or Harry Maguire, none of them is going to shield him. Everybody's playing for himself. Okay, my fourth point about him is that he doesn't commit fouls. If at a point you know that this ball, Raphael Varan should just commit a foul, get a yellow card or a red card or a caution to save his team, he's not that kind of player. He would rather let a team score than to maybe get a bad name for his career. He hardly commits fouls, he hardly gets cards. And in England, you know, we have swift players who want to bully you, and you will have to bully them. You have to fight with them. If you, for example, if Diego Costa was in the league, then when he's coming, he's fighting with you on the pitch. He starts bullying you right from the tunnel and those stuff. Raphael Varan is too gentle. He's too gentle, doesn't commit fouls, he doesn't play radically. He doesn't force and crush the strikers. So I think with that kind of attitude or gentleness in the Premier League, that it's going to be difficult for Raphael Varan to be successful. Yes, he's a very good tackler. He reads the game well. He can intercept passes. He's a very good passer. On a good day, he can give you a goal. During set pieces, he gives you good headers. Yeah, so my fourth point about Raphael Varan is he doesn't show strength. You know, as I said earlier, he doesn't show strength. When he's playing in a game, he doesn't use his strength. He's a strong player. He's a man and an athlete. By his stature, you can see that, hey, this young man is physically strong. But he doesn't use his strength in playing football. He just plays intelligent games. And in England, you need to show your strength. You have to bully others. You have to crush strikers. You have to let them know that they are facing a strong man. And that is one thing Raphael Varan lacks in his game. Yes, my final point about him is he doesn't care when his team is conceding. Yes, it's similar to my third point or my fourth point, that he doesn't commit much fouls, but he doesn't care when his team is conceding. When maybe Raphael Varan's team is conceding, he has to sprint. He has to double sprint like Usain Bolt to maybe go in for a tackle, or he has to go in for a tackle that is going to maybe get him a card. He decides not to do that. He always wants to have a good name for himself. Raphael Varan is a very good player, as I said earlier. But in a nutshell, I think he can't match up with the pace of the Premier League. He can't be successful in the Premier League. And maybe he would request to go back immediately mid-season or after the first season, because he can't match up with the pace. He doesn't commit fouls. He doesn't show strength, and he doesn't care. And he will not have... In a nutshell, I think Raphael Varan is a good player, as I said earlier. He's a very good talent. He's won the World Cup. He's won 4 UEFA Champions League trophies, Super Cup, World Club Championship, La Liga, you name it. He's got so many gold medals to himself and for Real Madrid. But hey, he had a shield in the person of Sergio Ramos. He had a shield, a point in the person of Pepe. He had a shield, a point in the person of even Raul Abiol sometimes played for him. They had a very good midfield that did not give much pressure on their team. Even Nacho Fernandez gave him a shield. So in a nutshell, these are the reasons why I think Raphael Varan, a very great talent, but he's not going to be successful in England. And as I said, when France went to the World Cup, there was Samuel Umtiti who gave him that shield. But Clement Lenglet did not give him the shield. Marquinhos did not give him the shield. And France was crashed out of the Euros. They were the number one favorites to win. But unfortunately, they went out because, hey, Raphael Varan, their top defender, they didn't have a shield. Alright, so please subscribe to the channel, comments down below, and press the notification bell. Thanks for everything. See you. We are going to give you the Premier League build up and give you the clubs that will be going on relegation and the winners prediction.